Good evening, dear viewers, and welcome to a special episode of The Final Frontier. This week is an expose. It's an exclusive interview with someone who has returned to all of us. Now, they may have been missing for a short time, but we're ready to find out the truth of what really happened to Scaredy Kat. Scaredy Kat, thank you for joining me today.
You're so welcome. Thank you for having me.
Now, this is an exclusive expose on your dramatic return
she's back.
drag. She is now returning to the name Scaredy Kat.
Yes.
It's back. How does it feel?
So good. I'm so happy to be back. I'm like a cat that's gone away and then I've got hungry and I've returned.
How many lives have you used in your absence?
At least 5. It's been mad out there. It's been too much.
No, I love that because, like, you are an icon from the first ever series of Drag Race UK. You went on Drag Race UK without having performed in drag. And for a time, I don't know if it's still true, you were the youngest ever contestant.
In a Western season, yes.
Yes, I think Thailand has.
Yeah, many times. Morgan, I think their name is.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Good knowledge. So a lot of iconic things, but I think the most iconic thing that I want to bring up is your exit line. Not bad for a first gig.
Not bad for a first gig. And it wasn't. So it's actually factually correct.
Did you have a good time while you were doing it?
I went on thinking, I'm going to win this. There's no doubt in my mind. I'm the best queen that's ever existed, especially in the UK. And then as soon as I got there and realised the workroom is silent, you can hear like a pin drop, and people there have been doing it for 15 years, my head was like, you can win this, come on. And my heart was like, leave now, fight or flight, get out of here.
No, I totally identify with that.
Okay, that's good to know.
Honestly.
That's good to know.
That's exactly how I felt on series 2.
Yeah.
You literally had, I think Davina had been, and the Vivian had been doing drag since you were about 3 years old.
Yeah.
So that's a lot to sort of process and take in.
It really was. It really was. But I think that meant that for, especially with Davina, she very much mothered me whilst I was there. And I'd never had that kind of experience before. And I remember the night that I was going to go home and I knew I was going to leave, she held me and she was like, you've already won. No matter what happens tonight, you've already won. And I was like, thank you, girl. I think you're right.
That is nice of her.
It is nice.
Yeah.
She's an icon. She really is.
Do you still have like contact with anyone from your season?
I do, yeah. I talk to, I'm going to be doing a video with Cheryl soon. I see Davina every now and again. We're planning to do some music together at some point.
Is this more exclusives on the expose of Scaredy Kat's return?
Maybe a little bit. And I saw Blue in Belfast at one point.
Love.
Went to Westfield with Kofi once. That was nice. That was nice while it lasted.
Oh, shout out to Gothy. I know Gothy well from our recent season. Do you think you would go back?
Perhaps. I'm keeping that, sort of open.
Interesting.
Not saying yes, not saying no.
But if the call comes?
If the call comes, the call comes. And we'll have to wait and see.
I would personally, as someone who had sort of those anxious voices the first time that I went, the second time is a lot better, I found.
Because you know what's going to come.
Yeah, you know what you're getting into, and it's just like, let me just hang out with these nice people and see what happens.
That makes sense, and I guess you knew everyone as well that time around. Or maybe not if they're from Australia or something.
Well, I knew of them because I'm a massive Drag Race fan, so I watched all of it. Do you still watch a lot of Drag Race?
I didn't for a while because I was just trying to take a breather. I was like, well, that happened. But no, I've got back into it. I love it. I'm obsessed. I have always been a mega fan. That's why I was on it. Yeah. And when I was on it, I felt like a mega fan. And I've definitely gone back to that. I've been rewatching All Stars 2. They were so mean back then. They're not mean now.
Well, I
think it's a shame.
You kind of can't be mean. I watched this thing that was like, it was like a scene from like series 3 where they all had to go down the line and say who should go home. And it was brutal.
I love that shit.
But like people aren't, I'm going to be controversial yet brave. People aren't real anymore because they're scared of like what the fans are going to say. Yeah. And unfortunately, I think it makes the show better when people are authentically themselves.
Yeah, it does. I love it when they read them like crazy.
Yeah.
And like the judges like really go in. I think that's fabulous.
I love it when it's not one of us who has to like do
Even then, I'm like, come on, lay it on me. I don't know. I just forgot that it used to be like that. And then rewatching these old seasons, I'm like, the way they made it all leave.
Oh, yeah.
Madness.
Oh, that was wild.
That was mad. That was crazy.
Do you have any like favourite queens from international franchises?
What, as in like Versus the World and...
Or like an American season that you love, or like...
Alaska, hands down.
Same.
Like one of my faves.
Big time.
And her music is just so good.
And so stupid.
And so stupid and so good. And I'm just literally obsessed with it. Adore, obviously. We love Adore.
Icon.
Jujubee. Also one of the nicest queens I've ever met.
She is lovely, honestly.
Really nice. And she approached me and I was like, oh my God.
She loves it. She loves Drag Race.
Yeah. She's an icon. Who else is there? All sorts. Who isn't on Drag Race now?
Baby J, are you on Drag Race? Baby J's not been on Drag Race yet.
You never
Season
know.
7.
There you go.
Fingers crossed.
It might happen.
I love that. And I love the fact that you did a lot of your own music straight off the back. I think were you the first one to release music?
I think I might have been, yeah. I think I was, on my season.
Which started the whole trend. Thanks for that, because I did it on my season as well.
Yeah, I love your music. I've heard loads of it. I'm obsessed. Weren't you performing at something crazy recently? Some festival. And I was like, oh, there she goes. Was it Hoopla?
Oh, I did Mighty Hoopla, yeah.
And so did Jojo Siwa, no?
Yeah.
Did you meet her?
I did not.
Ugh.
I kept very far away from Jojo Siwa because I was ready to calm as a bitch the situation. That was choreography, by the way. That wasn't just me. Seizure spelling.
I love Jojo Siwa.
I mean, have you heard new song that everyone was like, is it going to be the Polish Eurovision entry?
Oh my God, I love that shit. Yesterday's,
Yeah.
tomorrow's today.
Scaredy Kat cover when?
Oh, honestly, as soon as possible.
Are you
As
going to
soon as
do
possible.
more music?
I am. I've got a new song coming out, hopefully in Halloween.
Spooky.
Which is very fun, yeah, spooky. It's sort of upbeat, but still Halloween-y vibes. And then, yeah, planning to just keep releasing music again.
I love that.
Yeah, I'm trying to change all my handles, all my names back to Scaredy Kat.
Okay, so Instagram, if you are listening, please help Scaredy Kat change their handles and names
Honestly.
back to Scaredy Kat.
Yeah, if you have a contact, let me know, because none of mine are replying. Just saying, if you're watching.
Comment below if you have a contact at Meta. But you are changing it because you changed everything to Ali Cub.
To Ali Cub, yes.
Which
my
is your...
real life name.
Is it actually your real name rather than like a second stage name?
Yeah, we'll say yes.
Oh, okay. Valid.
We'll say yes. It's close enough to my real name.
Close enough.
Yeah.
I've given the game away on like all of my... I'm Lawrence Bolton. Good to see you.
Look me up.
It's all on the internet anyway, isn't it?
This is true.
So, but as Ali Cub, you've had quite a fair amount of success, I would say.
Bit of a moment. Yeah, bit of a moment. I released a bunch of music, which, if I may say so, is really good. And I was on Netflix's The School for Good and Evil. Mm-hmm. Wild.
That is wild.
It was a bit wild, playing Gregor Charming, who was Prince Charming's son, but he wasn't very good at being a prince.
Oh,
I know, unlike his daddy. And he was definitely, you know. Not that was confirmed in the script, but I made sure.
you said I'm channeling this.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I was channeling Prince Charming from Shrek.
Oh no, I see that.
Cherry flavour, I want to taste.
But so you've literally been on a Netflix show.
It's mad, isn't it?
Like I just feel like we need to take a second for the fact that like your first drag gig was competing on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yeah.
Was that your first acting job?
Yeah, well, yeah, I think it was.
You are jammy. You are.
It's silly, isn't it?
It's
like I'm an
silly.
industry plant. Honestly, I would get comments being like, right, who's like kid is this from the BBC, like producers? But my parents are just like little gnomes in the countryside.
Honestly valid.
Yeah.
I
they're
had
just
that
like,
comment as well sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, when I was like, Thorgy Thor said that like my parents must be high up in the BBC, but
It's the funniest comment.
jokes on Thorgy because my mum's dead, so sorry about that.
Love Thorgy.
Yeah,
Love Thorgy.
Love Pink. No, but I love that. Like you have obviously been like working hard, but like luck is on your side.
It has been a little bit, yeah. It was crazy. Obviously, I honestly think delusion and manifestation is a fine thing. And it can get you in some wild places.
See, I don't have that delusion element.
Really? You're not too delulu?
No, I'm just very real about everything.
When I was about, I don't know, maybe 12, 13, I was like, as soon as I get out of this school, fame is the answer. Fame will come.
That's what you were gunning for?
Yeah. I was like, it's going to happen. I wanted to be like a TV presenter and like comedian.
Word.
I know. And then it just happened and I was still in uni. It wasn't good for me. So I kept getting everything I wanted until about 2023. And then I started realizing you can't just get everything that you ever want.
We have opposite lives.
Really?
Literally. Like this year is the first year I've like got the things that I was like,
yeah.
I'm just sort of sat there being like, well, it would be nice to go back to Drag Race so I can try and win a little bit harder, see what happens.
And you want money.
Yeah, well.
What the fuck?
That was great.
That's
that was
madness.
a good twist. But okay, what was it in 2023? Sorry, we're doing a hard-hitting like news style expose. I'm sorry, what's the newsreader's name?
What's her face from Antiques Roadshow? Fiona Bruce.
Okay, I'm the Fiona Bruce of Drag Race. Oh, isn't she Scottish? She's not Scottish.
She's very, very British, like English. Like
I do,
posh.
yeah. Brown hair.
Yes.
Because her surname is Bruce, which is a very Scottish name.
You're
so
not
I was
Bruce.
Like, yeah, you get it. Hard-hitting expose. So what was it in 2023 that made you sort of go, I can't get everything that I want?
Well.
Are we getting deep?
Well, I think it was just like, okay, done drag, liked it, but now I want to be a stand-up comedian. Mm-hmm. Okay, done that. Now I want to be an actor. Okay, done that. Now I want to be a pop star. And then you keep changing everything you do, and you change your name, you change your brand. Obviously, not the people who were there originally, they're drag fans.
Yeah.
So they want the drag.
So you came back to it?
So I came back to it because I love it. And also, I just need to maybe chill out a little bit, stop jumping from one thing to the other.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
Because if you're not sort of focusing I feel like I've just like turned into a mother now. If you're not sort of like focusing on like the trajectory that you want to take, then it can be a little bit sporadic, I guess is the word.
It can. On the other side, I guess I went away and figured out life and who I am and myself, which I actually hadn't done before because, you know, when I went on Drag Race, I was literally just out of school.
That's crazy.
It is mad.
Yeah.
You know how they get you on ice when they tell you don't speak?
Yeah.
I was really good at that because I'd just come out of school. And everyone else was yakking and I was like all good and like...
So Rue was the headmistress.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, Michelle was like head of department.
Yeah. Yeah.
That.
And then all the pupils were, yeah.
Well, the Viv was head girl.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah,
I was literally about to say that. Definitely. Who else would have been a prefect? I feel like Blue.
Yeah, Davina.
Davina would be a prefect, yeah.
But Davina would be a prefect, but she's like, I should have been head girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe she lets you get away with things as well.
Yeah.
Whereas like Viv, maybe not.
She wouldn't let you get away with it, but she'd do it herself.
Exactly.
Like behind the bike shed.
This is exactly it.
Oh, I see it. we've created a whole like fan fiction.
Fanfic, yeah.
Love it.
I love fan fiction.
I'm kind of obsessed.
I love when someone has written a fan fiction about me. That's like a good day.
Have you looked them up before?
Me and Gothy did, yeah. Because there's one about us.
Baby J, can you just look
I'm
up
never going to remember.
Scaredy Kat with a K, fan fiction Drag Race and see if anything comes up?
Maybe whack Gothy Kendall in there. There's probably loads of fanfics about her now.
I mean,
because of the...
It's not a fiction anymore.
Yeah,
We all know.
no, this is true.
What's up?
It's very much real and in your face.
Yes, it is. Especially if you're not expecting it and you're just having a lovely time on the tube and looking on Twitter, and then Gothy has just whacked a knob out on the internet. Yeah. Gothy cum troll, very that. If there is, I feel like I might read some and we'll do 2 scripts this episode.
That is a fabulous idea.
In the meantime, I have a question, and then we will
Please.
talk about things that you're a fan of as well.
I would love that.
Is there anything that you, in your time, have auditioned for and not got the role that you were like, I would have been so good on that?
So many things. Not necessarily that I would be good on it, but I was like, oh, rats. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I've just auditioned for Bridgerton.
Slay.
So we'll see how that goes. That's why I've lost all of the piercings.
I believe you're wearing a lace glove. Perfect.
I'm wearing a lace glove. Mm-hmm. There was lots of things. Do you remember Lockwood and Co?
Yeah, actually.
I auditioned for like the boy in that, the main one. Didn't get that.
Nice.
Too straight of a role, I assume. Have you seen Everything Now?
No, what's that?
It's like a teen, I think it's Australian, ? Like a teen high schooly thing. And I auditioned to play like the gay best friend.
Right.
But I was like going through like a rebellious phase at the time. And I like got a bunch of piercings in between auditions.
Oh.
And didn't learn my lines.
Okay, that's a key thing that you need to do.
It really is.
Yeah.
But my thought process at the time was, you're getting me to audition over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
It's taking time. I'm traveling here. And now I'm having to learn a bunch of scripts for no money.
Yeah.
And I was like, if you want me to learn it, pay me. But obviously that is not.
No, that's a lesson learned there.
It's a massive lesson learned, yeah. The power lies with Netflix, unfortunately.
Family, yes.
Yes, quite firmly.
I would imagine, because I obviously can see that kind of like genre of show, like the sort of, I guess like the Heartstopper, the Sex Education,
Yes.
like that genre.
Yeah.
That's kind of why I asked the question, because I was like, I bet you did get an audition for Heartstopper or Sex Education.
Yes, I did. This was a weird one. I auditioned. Have you seen the final season of Sex Education?
Yes.
I auditioned for Eric.
Yeah.
Eric's boyfriend. Do you remember Eric's boyfriend?
Yeah.
Why are you auditioning me for that?
That's weird.
That's never gonna. That was never gonna work, was it?
I'm not going to lie to you, I don't see that for you.
No, me neither. But here I am.
Maybe they were still trying to figure out where they were going with the character.
Yeah, that might be it.
Yeah.
And they might, yeah. Or I look like I'm part of like a gospel church.
Yeah, I mean,
Which he was, right?
you could see, I feel like you could give like angelic
Yeah.
in that sense.
Very Catholic, though.
Yeah. It's less, yeah.
Not what Eric's boyfriend was giving.
No.
No.
But they might have like switched up the energy.
Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? We'll never know now.
We'll never know what could have been. No, but like the acting thing, that's something that you're still sort of focused on,
Yeah.
but bringing the drag back into
My cabaret and like gigs and the music is all, and social media is all drag now.
Okay.
Because I love it. I think I started getting back in touch with it. And I also wanted to give my fans that I'd made from the show, who have been so supportive, my return.
I've been there since Bedroom Queen was released. So
I put that back up.
me. I know, I saw.
If you've been listening to it on repeat.
I am the views. I'm all of them, every single one. No, that's really fascinating. I have to ask, and then I will ask you more things about what the podcast is about. Since you said not bad for a first gig,
Yeah.
how many gigs have you done? Drag specifically.
A good amount now. Obviously the tour came, and then I had my own tour, and I did comedy. And then I've had a lot of music gigs.
Oh, that's so fun. So you're like combining the two, putting it back out there.
Yeah. Exactly that.
Love that.
Yeah.
Now, okay, we're going to talk about like sci-fi fandoms, everything that you love.
Yes.
As you are a queen who's appeared on Netflix,
You know.
what are you currently still watching on Netflix?
What am I still watching on Netflix?
Put you on the spot there, didn't
I've been watching Monsters.
I? Ooh.
But I feel like I shouldn't be.
Why?
Because do you remember when Dharma came out and everyone was like, don't be
Yeah.
watching that. I think it's the same people.
Okay, yeah.
But I can't lie, I'm a sucker for a true crime situation.
Do you watch it to relax?
I don't watch it to relax.
Okay.
I watch it to be like, oh my God.
That's good, because I read a whole thing that was like people who watch true crime to relax, red flag.
Damn, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be quite valid.
It's pretty obvious,
It's
but
like-
the whole article was like very specifically.
Yeah, no, it's far from relax. At points I am like, why am I watching this? And I feel like, because in that one, you fully watched like them kill their parents, like on another level. And I was sat there and I was like, I can't believe like this is, like when I was a kid, like this just wouldn't have been on like TV.
And so freely accessible.
It's so freely accessible and you just sat there watching it. It just looks real.
Yeah.
And you see it all up close and personal and you're just like, oh my God. But I am a sucker for like shock value, and it also makes you feel like, thank God it's not me. Thank God I'm not involved.
It does make you reflect on your own life.
It does.
And just be grateful and thankful.
Yeah, that you're not a serial killer.
Or in the grasp of
Yeah.
a serial killer as well.
That too. What would be... No, let's not have that conversation.
No, go on.
I was going to say what would be worse.
What would be being...
Imagine if you was just sat in your room and you were like 15, you're like, oh, fuck, I really want to kill someone.
No, that would be a dark timeline
That
to
would
go
be
down.
really crap.
Do you know what? I can't even figure that out because I've got no like ability to connect with that thought
know.
process.
I've always said this. Like, sorry, this has got so dark. But
No, I
imagine
love it.
you've like done the deed. Can you imagine? That's your life over. That's it.
Who would you call to hide the body?
Fucking absolutely no one. No one.
You're doing it yourself.
I would do everything myself and I'd be really anal about it. I'm a tattoo artist as well, so I know hygiene.
That's interesting because I haven't seen Vinegar Strokes for a while, so now I'm suspicious.
You should be.
Oh God, it's taking a turn. We're in the Halloween season.
We
girls.
are.
It's fine. So you're a fan of that kind of like genre of like crime?
Yeah, I'm into that. I'm also into anything that's like weird and like what was that one with Emma Stone that just came out?
Great question.
Poor Things.
Poor Things.
That was
I was like
amazing.
13 going on 30. I've got no idea. I haven't watched it.
It's just beautiful. Like the whole thing looks amazing. The story,
Aesthetic.
yeah, the storyline is a bit, oh my God. But it's so, and I just love Emma Stone.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
I do find like there is a certain genre of like actor, actress, if you will, where they have a sort of like rasp to their voice.
Oh
it's
my
like
God,
the
yeah.
Emma Stone, the Jennifer Lawrence.
What's her from New Girl?
Yeah.
Zoe Deschanel.
That other one, that one who's in Uglies, which she's got a rasp.
There you go.
Little rasp.
A little bit of a rasp. She played Gypsy Rose, didn't she?
Oh,
Remember that?
yeah.
See, that, for example, that's madness. Because I watched the act, I knew about Gypsy Rose, and now she's just like an influencer.
No, see, this is a new genre of our real lives that I can't get on board with. Like Anna Delvey on Dancing with the Stars.
Oh my God, what's that? Tell me.
So Anna, have you seen is it called Being Anna or Becoming Anna?
Something like that.
The one where it's like, you can't come in here, you're poor.
Yeah.
I have all the money in the world.
Yeah.
That one. Real person, got out of prison, under house arrest, given special license to go to LA to be on Dancing with the Stars.
You're kidding.
So she had a bejeweled ankle strap because she has an ankle bracelet on because she's under house arrest.
That's mad.
Yeah. This new genre of like, we were criminals, but fierce.
It's like Chicago.
It's very that.
Razzle dazzle. It's like coming true.
Yeah, for real.
It's just mad to me. I can't get over it. So I see Gypsy and I'm like, I'm on a high right now. You can't bring me down.
I did.
Love it.
She did do, she does those videos where she's like, this is how you make prison birthday cake.
Yeah.
You need a bottle of soda pop and some bread. I kind of love that.
Now she's pregnant.
Is she?
Yeah. She's like, I'm on my 3rd trimester, so this is what's happening. She's got a new guy, new fella.
Good for her. She needed to, she needed that.
The other one was odd vibes.
Wild. I feel like that whole, do you remember when there was that like super hot felon? Like it was a thing that his headshot came out. And then he became a model when he got out of prison. No, full like high fashion model. I think that was the beginning of this new trend of like slay criminals.
It's nuts. I bet there's like a sciencey name for it. I bet someone's doing their dissertation on this.
Someone somewhere. Baby J, can you see if there are any PhDs on, I'm not being serious, don't actually look that up.
Don't waste your time on that.
No, but that is like a niche that is very strange and I feel like we should explore.
Yeah, I'm just fascinated by it. I just think it is madness.
That's a Netflix document. You should pitch that and then do the narration.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That would be cool in full drag.
Well, you're doing the narration in full drag, so no one knows you're in full drag. But you just like post a selfie being like, I did it in drag. No, that's so fierce.
But apart from that, I'll just like stick on Ugly Betty. Just have a good time.
Did not age well.
It didn't. This is true, it didn't. But it's so camp.
Yeah.
It's very camp and it's very like silly. And honestly, I feel like for the other things that were going on at the time, I feel like it's probably got away with a fair few things.
It had like diverse representation. The trans representation, if we did it today, we'd do it differently.
We would. We wouldn't just get a cis woman with a jaw, which is what that was.
That is literally what they did. But like a lot of shows of that kind of era, like I've literally just like rewatched all of Friends.
Yes.
And there's so many bits where I'm like, I don't know if that's okay.
Oh my God, I know. Like the girl with alopecia, that whole thing.
Rough.
Not okay.
No.
But it was like when my dog was a puppy, it was like the only thing that would chill him out.
Friends?
When like at bedtime, he would go to sleep to it. I think it's the laughing.
I watch Friends at bedtime as well.
Yeah, there you go, see?
There must be science to that.
Probably. It's a very that show, isn't it? It's just the vibe.
Yeah.
Although as I've got older, I'm like, okay, this is quite funny.
I think it's the familiarity. Like everyone pretty much has like grown up like knowing those people.
Yeah.
So like you put it on at bedtime. I don't know why your dog would think that though, because your dog wouldn't be like, oh, of course, Monica Geller, my friend.
Oh, the 90s, New York.
Yeah, very that.
I'm going to go to sleep now.
You sound like Joey's agent, Estelle.
Oh my God, love her.
Yeah, icon.
She's amazing.
Yeah, I just
Pretty
rewatched
mad.
the whole thing and it is so relaxing, but I put it on at bedtime.
That is a good shout.
And now it's like a Pavlov's dog response that I like put friends on.
And you just actually go to sleep.
Yeah, like I hear the like transition music, and I'm like, okay.
Lights out.
It's my happy place.
Like Darren Brown sleep.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good genre of show. Do you have any other like genres that you really delve into? Like, are you big on like the spacey sci-fi or like the scary witchy?
I want to say yes, because that's what this whole thing's about.
We've expanded it to fandoms now.
We have. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Anything, like we've spoken about Glee in about 17 episodes.
Do you know how many times I tried to watch Glee? I'm sorry, I can't.
I think that is maybe the most valid take on Glee that I've heard.
I really want to get into it because I'm like, I love Ugly Betty, so surely Glee makes sense. It actually came out the year Ugly Betty stopped.
Did it?
Yeah, so I think, don't quote me on that. So she walked so Glee could run.
Wow, I can't believe. Maybe Acid Betty. Different show.
That should be a new show, Acid Betty.
Ugly Betty.
Yeah.
Maybe that is the prequel to Glee that we never knew.
Oh, if only. But with Glee, I'm just sat there waiting for them to sing the next song. That's all I want from them, because the rest, apart from that one, the sports coach.
Sue Sylvester.
Yes, I'm just bored.
Honestly valid. Like the trials and tribulations that they have are annoying.
Yeah.
They just aren't, there's nothing sort of inspiring or like...
The components are there. It could have been...
Yeah.
Here's us go. It could have been great. It's like an iconic TV show that everyone loves.
But I think everyone loves it and acknowledges that it was poor and problematic.
Yeah, no, this is true.
So enough about Glee.
Yes, enough about Glee.
More about you. I want to know, like, obviously we've touched on things that you love to watch.
Yeah.
We've touched on things that you've been in and performed in. What is like a dream role for you?
A dream role would be something like a drag queen, like an alien drag queen.
I love that.
Like kooky, like part of like a murderous, like crazy thriller
I see it.
gang. Like Clockwork Orange, but drag.
Oh, I actually kind of see that.
Wouldn't that be mad?
Yeah, the bottom lashes are giving me a little bit Clockwork Orange energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be madness, wouldn't it? I would love to watch that.
I think you could make it happen.
Do you think?
Yeah.
I should write it.
Just text Netflix, because
I will.
obviously... text Mr. Netflix.
Yeah.
I assume patriarchal organization. Text Mr. Netflix and just make it happen.
Mr. Hollywood.
Yeah.
Get Hollywood on the line.
Paul Hollywood from the Great British Bake
Yeah.
Off. He's the one who's in charge of all of Hollywood.
Imagine.
I would believe it.
What a world.
Just makes cakes on the side. I had, sorry, this is not relevant at all, but I did a gig with a Madonna impersonator.
I thought you were going to say Madonna. I was about to stand up and like walk out of shock.
I'm convinced it was. I'm convinced that Madonna just went, I can't be bothered with this. Like, I just want to sing the shows the way I want to do them, like, do my own thing. And I think it was Madonna pretending to be her own Madonna impersonator.
She's just at the
so
Admiral
she could do
Duncan.
like chill gig. We were on the Channel Islands. Madonna probably loves Guernsey.
I would love that if this is real.
I think it was real.
Let's just say it is real.
She looked like Madonna. She sounded like Madonna, just speaking casually, like in the dressing room, getting ready.
That's madness.
And then she sang like Madonna.
That's madness.
Yeah.
Shit. Have you got a picture of you two together?
I will find one for
Please,
you.
insert here.
Thank you, Richard. No, that is like my working theory.
How many numbers did she do?
She did like 2 separate medleys that she put together, including Ray of Light,
In the Isle of Wight, did you say?
Guernsey,
Fucking
Channel
Guernsey.
Islands.
I love that Guernsey exists.
Jersey and Guernsey.
Yeah, what's that?
They're very close to France. I think they've changed hands a few. We're doing geography now. I think they've changed hands a few times.
Are they on the same island? Are they 2 islands?
2 separate islands.
I love that. Do you reckon they ever like paintball each other from the...
Genuinely, yeah. I think there's a rivalry.
That's really fun.
I think they do like sports against each other. And my funnest fact about Guernsey is they have this tradition on a Sunday called a meat draw.
Okay.
Which is where everyone in the pub gets a raffle ticket.
Yeah.
And there are cuts of meat. And if your number gets drawn, you get to go up to the table and you'll say, I love the pork. And then you walk off with meat.
Shit. They
my
should do
favourite
that here.
They should.
Imagine that in East London.
I mean, I'm vegan, so...
Yeah, I was going to say it would be like a tofu draw, wouldn't it?
Oh,
Satan draw.
I think you've just found your new niche.
Yeah, maybe. I
Coming
could
soon
host
to the
it.
divide, the tofu draw.
Yeah, I did a gig with Peter once.
What?
The animal rights, but yeah. Let's not talk about it.
No, I mean, fair. Scaredy Kat, it makes sense.
It was all about fur.
Which does make sense. No fur. Fur's bad.
Fur is bad.
How do you feel about vintage fur?
Honestly, look, if it's vintage, what would we rather? It just go on a fire?
Valid.
I guess the only issue is it may encourage people to buy fur that is new. But if it's old, it feels a bit messed up to just get rid of it.
Reduce, reuse, recycle.
This is it.
That's how I feel as a vegan. If I get given a cheese sandwich and it's real cheese, I'm like, I'm not going to put it in the bin. Food waste.
Yeah.
So I'll eat the cheese.
Before I used to be like orthodox and I was like, get that away from me, put it in the bin. But now I would eat it.
Are you like full vegan?
I am like sort of a flexi situation, but mainly vegan.
What's your like vegan weakness? This is not what this podcast is about. Too late.
Sushi and carbonara. Yeah.
Do you know, I didn't realise I missed a carbonara until you said carbonara.
Yeah, and good luck making that vegan.
I did eat a good vegan carbonara
Did you?
once. Yeah, I can't remember the context. But, right, talking amongst yourselves, you know, there's like a cream cheese boursin.
Yeah, yes.
They do a vegan one,
Yes.
which if you mix that in to like some onions, a little mushroom situation, it gives like a genuinely carbonara-esque feeling.
Okay, that's good to know.
You need to add like a good salty, these are now recipes. We've taken a tangent. You need like a good level of salt in there as well to give
recipe.
you like that. Yeah, very that. But it's delicious.
That is interesting. Do you know what I reckon? If you're prepared to eat eggs, you could still do a pretty good vegan one because vegan bacon's amazing. And you get some vegan parmesan, the really expensive one from Whole Foods.
Nice.
Honestly, I could probably do something really good with that.
See, I'm not an egg girl.
No.
I wasn't really like big on eggs before.
Really? I understand why people hate them.
Yeah, I had like a mild intolerance. We are drawing to the end of the podcast, and this is how it's ending. I had a mild intolerance to egg.
No way.
Yeah, so getting rid of them was easy peasy because I didn't eat them anyway.
So like what would happen to you?
Just feel a bit sick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nothing great. You wouldn't,
No.
Violet Beauregard.
No, I didn't turn into an egg.
No, okay.
So, same with cow's milk. I was like very unbothered about that.
Shit, yeah. No, to be honest, I really was. And then now, tasting it now, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
actually, give me that oat milk back.
Well, there's no like pus or mucus in oat milk, so.
This is true. You know they're not allowed to call it milk anymore. Do you know about this? Because the UN.
Yeah.
Yeah, mad. Oat
like-
drink.
Oat drink, sometimes milk with a Y.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Good for them.
It's quite camp. Very drag, actually.
Very drag.
Milk in drag is milk
Milk.
with a Y.
Milk.
Now I'm getting glanced at, which means we are coming to the end of the podcast. But before we go, we like to do a thing,
Yes.
which is doing a scene with my guest. And Baby J, are you ready for us to do the scene? Please approach.
Goodness, I'm so excited.
What scene are we doing this week?
It's the dining hall scene from
From
the school, because
the School Badoogle Evil.
Your very own
you.
show. So,
My very own show, and you are going to be playing me.
okay, I'll be you.
Yeah, and I'm Agatha.
Agatha, all along. Different Agatha.
Oh yeah, is that thing that's just come out?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't actually seen it yet. Is it on Disney?
It is on Disney Plus.
Okay, cool. I'll give it a go.
There we go. We brought it back to the podcast. We spoke about like a TV thing.
Yes.
Okay. I feel like you should give me notes on how to play this character.
So, like we said, he's not very good at being a prince.
Oh.
Yeah, he's also going to die.
Oh.
Yeah. A very dramatic death. He's probably bisexual and doesn't know it. He probably has a lot of shame from when he was in his family and like, his dad is Prince Charming. Can you imagine?
That would be tough.
And he's having a really bad time at the school, basically.
Okay.
And he's a little cutie and you got the hair for it.
Ooh.
It's all going well. We should put a picture of you next to me as Gregor because honestly, it's the same. You could have done it. You could have played it.
That's the secret. That's what we're bringing out today. It was me the whole time.
I knew it. I knew it. So you're fumbling in. We're in the like lunch hall and you're just like a bit of a nerdy,
Foppish yet nerdy.
Exactly.
Okay. It's Agatha, right? Do you mind if I sit with you?
No.
Okay. Well, if you have to, I'm Gregor. Gregor Charming, the prince's son. I'll try not to be too charming. I'm not cut out to be a prince. It's not who I am. Do you know what I'd rather do? Run my own grocery store.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I love food, but I wouldn't sell meat because I can't stand the sight of blood. And that's actually why I got a fail today. I got nicked in a duel.
I'm sorry, they failed you for one tiny cut?
Not quite. I saw the blood. I passed out in my heavy armor. I was on top of a hill, so I started rolling down, knocking over everyone in my path. Sorry.
Line. Line.
Sorry, can I go? Baby J. Got it. Definitely grocery store material, right?
Hey. I feel like she says more than that. It just says, hey.
Baby J just still want to type anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, hi.
That's definitely wrong. Gregor, what happened to you? Oh no, this is a completely different scene. This is, but fuck it. Gregor, what happened to your forehead? She'd go, Gregor, and I loved it. Gregor, what happened to your forehead? I failed this is your line, but you know, I'll do it anyway. I failed the steer riding this morning. Turns out I'm not really any good with horses, and I think I might need glasses. The grocery store is looking better and better, right? I hate this place.
And scene.
Very messy scene.
It was a mashup.
It was a remix, if you will.
We allow Baby J the license to create and craft her own version of events.
I love
as
that.
she saw fit.
That's important.
It is
an important
creativity. Can I get a score out of 10 for how you felt I played your character?
At least a 12.
Wow.
You should have done it. Like I'm saying, I could have just watched.
I feel humbled by that.
It would have been a lot easier for me.
Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
We framed this as a dramatic expose, chronicling the return of one Scaredy Kat, and it was just a camp little chat.
And it was just all about Glee.
Yeah, well,
Shut up about Glee.
You do love Glee.
I'm just obsessed with Glee.
But only Sue Sylvester.
Yeah, only, yeah. Just her scenes. I just need a compilation of her scenes.
Remind us of everything that you've got coming up, what's going on, music, everything.
Yes, new music, new gigs. Follow me currently on Ali Cub. If you've got that contact for Instagram, let me know because I need to change my handle. Check out my music videos, check out my music, check out my new content. And yeah, there'll be more on the way, more coming. Very, very exciting.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And thank you all for watching this exciting expose and very dramatic episode of The Final Frontier. Wherever you are, sleep well. Good night.